Do you ever get caught up in thought loops that seem to stir up all the challenging emotions, which then lead back to deeper thought loops, and you just feel like you are getting caught in this trap of building momentum of intensity and you don't know how to get out? Well, I'm going to go over a technique that really works for me to bring myself back into presence, bring myself back into capacity to feel, and move through those experiences so that I can come back to what matters most, which is the present. My name is Natalie with the Wild Nature Channel, and my purpose is to bring different perspectives, practices, and experiences to you to bring you back to your truth, bring you back to what's underneath all the layers of conditioning and story to really free up the wild nature that lives within you, your soul self. So today I want to kind of go into this experience, and you're human. So we all have this experience. None of us are impervious to the thought loops. It's just some of us have tools that we can navigate through it with more ease. And I want to start off by saying that emotions only last about 90 seconds. Take that in for a second. You're probably like, you're full of BS. But it's true. Emotions on their own only last for 90 seconds. It is the story that builds the emotion. So emotions without a story, they will be gone, they will transmute, they will shift, they will clear within 90 seconds. So when we get caught up in these thought loops and we drive ourselves deeper into story to feel deeper into the emotion, we are creating a trajectory of expanding that emotion. And when we expand an emotion beyond our capacity, it begins to take the driver's seat of our vehicle. So what is my tool that I've been coming to? When I find myself stuck in these thought loops, and I finally have that awareness of, I'm in a thought loop, first thing I do is ask myself, what is this now moment telling me? What is this now moment informing me of? And I like to first start by, what does it feel like in my body? Not the story-based, not label or emotion per se, but what does it feel like in my body? Just taking a moment to drop the energy down. Do I feel tightness in my chest? Is there constriction? Is there heat somewhere else in my body, maybe my solar plexus? And just quickly dropping in, because you're in that emotional state already, and getting curious of where it's landing in the body and what it feels like. And so that's one way to drop into the now moment, is beginning to draw your awareness down into the sensation and get curious about the sensation rather than the thought that's driving the emotion, which is bringing about the sensation. And once you do that, you can start to just deepen your breath, maybe connect to that sensation through touch, bringing one or both hands to that space, beginning to deepen the breath, inhales long, exhales long, to just begin to bring the nervous system back into a state of settling. And once you have that, you can either continue with just awareness of the body. Then I like to just tune in. What else is the now moment informing me of? What does my breath feel like? Where is my breath? Is my breath expanding all the way up from belly to chest? Is it primarily located in one area of my body? What does it feel like to breathe? What's the temperature of the air coming into my body? And you can bring in the other senses too. What is this now moment telling me of? This now moment is telling me that there are some beautiful trees, lots of different shades of green. I'm seeing green grass, I'm seeing fallen leaves. You're just looking around and just noticing, what is this now moment telling me visually? And what is this now moment telling me audibly? What can I hear right now? Hear crickets, hear birds, the wind whistling through the trees. And what is this now moment telling me? And the more you begin to drop into this practice, when you have this awareness, what it does is it expands your capacity to be with emotion without allowing it to take the driver's seat. When you drop back into presence, the emotion can still be there, but it's not the driving force. When we come back into this state of presence, when we come back to, what is this now moment telling me? what it does is it creates a little space around that thought process, the stories, the emotions, rather than our whole being saran wrapped around that emotion or experience. And so when we open up the space around it, the emotion can still be there. We're not telling the emotion it has to get out. What we want to do is be able to navigate with the emotion rather than as the emotion, creating some space to where we can come back into creativity and curiosity in how we move forward in life. Because when we're stuck in story, when we're stuck in an emotional state, it prohibits us from being able to see things clearly. We're seeing things through a lens of judgment, through a lens of hurt, through a lens of emotion. And when we have these different layers, it tunnel visions us into saying something is right or wrong, or good or bad, or villainizing someone, or victimizing ourselves. And so when we're able to create this space around it, it creates neutrality and harmony, and allows us to navigate with the many emotions that we have that make us beautiful, that make us expressive human beings. It's what makes this life so exciting, is these emotional states, the highs, the lows, the ebbs, the flows. But taking your power back from those emotions is so important as we navigate this life, because it allows us to, first of all, show up with more presence, show up with a deeper trust in ourselves, because we know how to navigate through all of the twists and turns that life brings us. And it brings us deeper into empowerment because we are the one operating, rather than allowing things outside of us to then affect us so much, to bring us into this emotional state and then allow that emotional state to take the wheel. So next time you're feeling really caught up in thought loops, in that emotional feedback loop that you feel when there's those judgments or stories present, I just invite you to ask yourself, what is this now moment informing me of? Tune into the senses, tune into the sensations, tune into what is present in that very moment. Drop into that and allow the story to dissolve. Well, I hope you enjoyed this different perspective on how to come into the now moment and release the thoughts that may be binding you. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to this channel for more content like this. I thank you all so much for watching today. I will see you next time. Many blessings.